Hey there, Mecha Pilots. It's Mike, Shinobi Mystic, your host here on Mystic Miniatures Forge. And today is a very special day. We're playing more Ashes of the Breach, a Pacific Rim inspired miniatures game using minis from the Pacific Rim Extinction miniatures game. Yeah, I got the camera all set up for that. It's a miniatures game. I didn't want to ever learn how to play that game, so I kind of made up my own game. So hopefully the audio levels are working better. Let me just double check the live stream because I have to do that. Yeah, it seems like we're working out. It seems like we're good to go live. All right. So previously on Ashes of the Breach, the world is still reeling from a global event called the Meltdown, a catastrophic chain reaction in experimental energy reactors that scorched the entire regions and destabilized the planet's energy grid. In the aftermath, governments and private factions rushed to weaponize what remained, giving rise to the first generation of thermally powered mecha systems. Maverick. They call me Maverick. He is one of the few pilots capable of interfacing with these volatile machines. He was deployed as part of a desperate containment effort. Today, one of his first major encounters, he'll come across Hammerdawn, a brutal territorial kaiju drawn to the residual crystal energy left behind by the Meltdown. The fight is going to prove one thing. These creatures aren't random. They're being pulled towards something. And now, onto the battlefield. Strange crystalline structures have begun to emerge, radiating unstable energy signatures unlike anything we've ever seen before, and whatever is causing them is getting stronger. So, Ashes of the Breach is a custom tabletop campaign using Arena of the Planeswalkers as a base battle system. We're playing that on a hexagrid using Heroscape terrain tiles, and we're enhancing it with a full projection battlefield for a dynamic immersive experience. So Maverick the Scion, he pilots these mechs, and we're gonna get started. So Act 2, the first tear. So we're in a urban harbor breach event setting. This was the second time I had to get everything started, so bear with me. I basically had to reset everything. So who do we have in play? So we've got Maverick, the Scion of the Meltdown. We got none other than Maverick. So Maverick is a human hero, 8 life, 6 move, 3 range, and he's a 4/4. And then he's got Drift Prodigy. When Maverick is placed on a mecha army card, that mech may add 1 to its move and attack. Pushed it past the limits. Once per turn, if a mech Maverick is would receive one or more damage, you may ignore one of that damage. He's got Scrapper Instincts, but that's when he's outside of the mech, and then he's a Master of the Meltdown. But those ones aren't going to be working. So today, Maverick is going to be piloting a larger mech, and he's going to have this guy, Elixir, the unfinished miracle. So you may know he's a mutant pilot. So he's from the X-Men franchise. I've never, I found a cool looking miniature, and I was like, he kind of looks like a mech pilot, and yeah, he kind of actually does. So 5 life, 5 move, 1 attack, and he's a 3/3. Golden Surge once per turn. If a mech Elixir is piloting would receive damage, you may reduce that damage by 1. He's got Revitalizing Touch. If a mech Elixir is piloting destroys a figure, remove 1 damage from that mech. And then Unstable Polarity. Once per turn when a mech Elixir is piloting attacks, you may choose to add 2 attack. If you do, the mech receives 1 damage after the attack resolves. So these two are going to be using their abilities to pilot none other than the famous mech Gypsy Danger. So this is the one specifically from the Pacific Rim Extinctions miniatures game. We've got 10 life, 4 move, 1 range, and it's a 6/6. Crew ability, so you need 6 power to be able to turn it into an artifact creature. And then we've got Plasma Caster, range 4, attack 2. Each cross weapon symbol you roll on this attack counts as +1 hit. So yeah, I basically gave it Twin Flame built in, but it only has attack 2, so the most you could do is 4. Iron Resolve. The first time this mech would receive damage each turn, reduce that damage by 1. And then we've got Rocket Elbow. If a mech moved at least 2 or more spaces, add +1 power for the attack. So let's get started. Yeah, I'll let this roll. So, those are the army cards in play, but there are also more. Alright, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making use of the alert tracker. And the alert tracker, this is something from that Pacific Rim miniatures game. But I was using something like this before, where I would just take Heroscape terrain tiles and lay them down, and you'd have like a bunch green, and then once you got to like, you know, the second to last round marker, basically this also keeps track of the rounds, but it also helps me keep the story beats on par. So if you guys look in the bottom right corner of the screen, you can see the entire terrain. What we've got here is a bunch of shipping containers, and on the left side. On the right side, we've got a section of the city of the port, some stripe of water through the waterway, and I'm kind of using that as like maybe some hard to navigate through terrain. I'll actually probably use that as water. Other than that, this dark spot is water. It's just that's gonna only like stop their movement, and then they'd have to move 1 and then go through it. So it's like kind of like a little river, even though maybe it's like deep water or there's some energy. This purple stuff is the rift, and we're going to be using this to keep track of the rounds, and every turn something is going to happen. So if you see that, that's what that is. Alright, so the alert tracker round limit, so we'll go to the maximum number of rounds, which is 10. The objective today here is to prevent Hammerdawn from stabilizing the rift. What does that mean? Well, you guys will figure it out. destroy or stop Riftstamp Galloper from escaping back to the tear. That will become a victory condition if we can stop or destroy him. And then we're going to protect at least one harbor structure through round 4. And then if Gypsy Danger is destroyed, well then the game is over. And that's that. So, alright. I'm going to probably place... Let's see. So, what do we have here? So, right here is the breach. This very bright spot here is the breach. And I usually have like a portal kind of thing, but I've got this kind of water looking, you know, like really turbulent water looking tile. So I'm going to set that there. I'm going to put the alert tracker marker right underneath it so you guys can easily see it when I zoom out and things. So it's right behind the breach, and I think that'll be the best spot for it. So, the beginning of round 1, the alert tracker advances at the end of every round, but the story beat triggers only at the start of each round listed below. So, the first tear opens, Hammerdawn emerges. Let me kind of change the music. I think that'll be more epic. And hopefully YouTube isn't going to shut me down for using all this copyrighted music, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so... The first Kaiju appears. This is none other than Hammerdawn. This is a shark beast lizard. It's got 10 life, 5 move, 1 range is a 5/4. It's got ram impact. If Hammerdawn moves 3 or more spaces and ends its movement adjacent to an enemy figure, that figure receives 1 damage. It has Jaw Snap. After damaging an adjacent figure, that figure gets -1 defense until the end of its next turn. And then Territorial Instinct. If Hammerdawn is adjacent to only 1 enemy figure when it attacks, it gets +1 attack. Hammerdawn. Alright, so Hammerdawn emerges from the rift. The harbor was once a quiet under sodium floodlights. Container cranes stand like skeletal sentinels over black water. Tugboats idle. Fog rolls low across the dock's steel. Then the ocean begins to vibrate, not waves, but resonance. A low harmonic tremor rolls beneath the concrete pillars, rattling loose bolts and shivering glass windows across the waterfront. Knocks over fences, too. The surface of the bay folds inward. A spiraling column of blue-white crystalline light emerges skyward, shredding 2 anchored freighters in half. Water peels upward with a vertical vortex. The first tear. A spinning wound of refracted light, floating crystal shards, hangs above the harbor. From within it, Hammerdawn emerges. So, Hammerdawn is here. Its armored ridges breach first, glistening like wet obsidian under the floodlights. Rawr. Steam pours from plated vents along its spine. It drags itself into the shallow water, massive claws grinding. It does not roar in rage, it simply inhales sharply, testing the alien air. Hammerdawn bellows, a deep, vibrating call that shakes the harbor. Ooh. The tear pulses in response. Maverick, watching distant sensors spike. Something just tore the harbor apart. His co-pilot, Elixir, Joshua, voice across the neural channel. Energy readings match the crystal anomalies from the scrapyard. So the salvage wasn't scrap, says Maverick. Elixir says, no. A long pause. It was an anchor. Hammerdawn steps fully into the harbor shallows. The war has begun. So, because of that, I guess I'm just letting the, I guess the Kaiju are going first. So, I'm going to draw the 3 spell cards associated with the Kaiju creatures that I got. And oh, what do you mean you only got the hero creature? Where's the Planeswalker? Well, for this I'm doing a modified version of the game. There is a Kaiju Planeswalker. It's just not known to you guys yet. It will come out eventually. He's kind of in another dimension. So, hold on, hang on to your pants. So, what do we get for Kaiju cards? Oh yeah, we got some sweet custom spell cards that I cooked up for you guys. I know this is already a magic card called Go for the Throat. This is a sorcery. Choose a hero you control. When attacking an adjacent artifact, roll 2 combat dice. Figure takes 1 damage for each hit rolled. If 1 hit is rolled, that figure cannot move on its next turn. Go for the throat. Ow. Next is Unstoppable. Unstoppable here. Enchant Aura. Hidden enchant hero. Flip Unstoppable over when this enchanted hero is attacked by a figure an opponent controls. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to enchanted hero this turn. Destroy Unstoppable. And then last but not least, we've got Ram, which is funny because Hammerdawn already has a Ram impact, so this is almost like a double Ram. He's like a dodge Ram. Enchant Aura. Enchant hero creature. Enchanted creature has, after attacking, if there was an equal number of shields in the defense roll as hits in the attack roll, this Kaiju and the defending figure must each take 1 damage. So even... I feel like I need to add something about being adjacent in there too. But we'll give it a try. I'm just making shit up. Quite literally. Alright, so Hammerdawn. It's hammer time. So Hammerdawn takes those first couple breaths of alien air and he begins to move. And he's got a move of 5. Let's see, so he's looking 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put him right there. Put him right there. Right just about in the smack middle of the harbor. Boom. Go big or go extinct. Oh, that's perfect for like right now. So then what I want to do... Alright, so that is the end of round 1. Right, so that's the end of round 1. Now we go to round 2. And I'll keep that behind the breach over here. And if I need to, I'll move it. But the breach is right. The breach is right here. Round 2. Steel answers the tear. Event description is Gypsy Danger is being deployed. So maybe a ship in the distance. Before panic overtakes the docks, the bay erupts again, this time with machinery. A fortified dry dock splits open. And emerges. Yeah, probably better off just putting them on the top or something. The dry dock splits open. Reactor light ignites beneath the waterline as a massive frame of Gypsy Danger rises from its deployment cradle. I'm gonna put him there. Problem is I'm like leaning so far forward. So I'll put that ship back out there. I want you guys to be able to see the silhouette. Gypsy Danger rises from its deployment cradle. Blue reactor glow cuts through the steam and debris. I gotta play the Gypsy Danger theme song, right? There it is. So, hydraulic systems lock into combat configuration. The mech steps towards the harbor. Because he's only got to move a 4. Which is like 1, 2. I'll just move him like that. Just move him closer. It's kind of skating around. There we go. The mech steps towards the harbor. Water cascades from its armor plates as it faces the kaiju. Humanity's answer to the tear is there immediately. Maverick. That doesn't sound... Oh, Maverick. Inside the cockpit. Steady but focused. Gypsy Danger online. Drift ready. Elixir. Synchronization holding at 89%. A pause as both pilots study the creature. Maverick. That doesn't sound like war. Hammerdawn bellows again. The tear flashes. Elixir. Quietly. It sounds like it's trying to find something. Elixir. Processing data rapidly. It's reacting to stimuli spikes. Heat, light, vibration. It's overstimulated. Maverick. We're the problem. Elixir. We're unfamiliar. Hammerdawn roars again. Louder this time. The tear brightens. Elixir's eyes closed inside the drift. The rift is answering it. Maverick. How? Elixir. Like sonar. Call and return. The harbor trembles. Something moves inside the tear. Gypsy steps into the surf, and combat begins. Alright, so this is round 2. So now I'm going to... I guess the dry dock ship goes away. Alright. I'm gonna draw the spell cards for Gypsy Danger. So I got 3 unique mech army spell cards for him. For it. We got Nuclear Turbine Vortex. Nuclear Vortex Turbine. Sorcery. Target a figure within 3 sight spaces of an artifact you control. Roll 4 combat dice. Creatures don't roll defense dice against the Vortex Turbine. Sick. Alright, we've got Flying Knee Strike. That was a really cool one from last game, so I wanted to put it back into this deck. Target an artifact creature you control until your end of your turn gets +2 attack when attacking an adjacent creature. Oh, I just realized it says until end of turn twice. Yep. Note to self. And then we've got Chain Sword. Yeah, look at that bad Larry. Choose an artifact creature you control. Adjacent attacks get +2 attack until end of turn. Yowzer. So that's the 3 spell cards at the beginning of the game, plus 1 more. Oh yeah, we're going full chain swords here. And then we get twin chain swords. Enchant artifact. When an artifact creature attacks, it may attack 1 additional time. 1 additional time. Alright, so systems online. Ready to engage. So, Gypsy Danger. Gypsy Danger online. So the Kaiju is moving. Let's see, Hammerdawn is literally pointing that way. So I think I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Now what happened for? Someone was saying that that the double space figures can forge the water spots. Oh, but I only had 4 move. Yeah, I'm gonna, and I wanted it to make it so this was like a wall anyways. You have to stop when you hit that anyway. But I've only got 4 move. I'm too big. I'm really big compared to the. So I think all the other miniatures are 32mm scale. This is like 75. Yeah, this guy's like a baby. But wait until something else comes out of the rift. The breach, whatever the hell it's called. Alright, so that's Gypsy Danger online and moving. I don't see a... Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, because I only got range 1. So Gypsy Danger gets closer. And then we're going to do Gypsy's Plasma Caster. Range 4, attack 2. Each crossed weapon is +1 hit. Yeah, let's do Plasma Caster. Plasma Caster. So that'll be 2 hits. And then Hammerdawn rolls. And it gets none. It's... When you're rolling for defense, you want to see shields, not hits. So you got to hit for 2. 10, 9, 8. So you got 8 life field left. All right. Ooh, Hammerdawn. All right. So now I'm just gonna change the music again. All the music is like all the music is for like the good guys. Maybe there's more music in Pacific Rim 2, the second movie, but all right. So that's the end of Gypsy Danger's attack. We launched our mech. We moved across the bay, which pretty good. Otherwise, if I had started them here, I'd be like 1, 2, 3. Well, it'd be 1 space off. So all I did was move them 1 extra space. So actually, that's not too bad. I look at this entire terrain board. I think there's over 600 hexagons on this piece of terrain. So I think about, oh, where's the terrain? Where's the battle gonna happen? Is it gonna happen over here? Is it gonna happen over there? Well, we'll see how it goes. All right. So that's that. And now I'm gonna have the Hammerdawn. Gonna draw a card for the Kaiju. Kaiju. We're gonna look at what we got. Amphibious nature. Enchanted hero creature. Enchanted hero may move through water spaces without stopping movement. So I am going to play that on Hammerdawn, and so that's what that's going to do, is allow him to move through this wall of water without having to stop movement. That worked out. That was like a happy accident. One, right, and he's not adjacent yet. There's one space between. One, and he's turning. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna put him right in the wall of water. So then if Gypsy's gonna move through that wall of water, they have to stop one move. The current is too strong. Maybe the energy of the rift, the breach, is affecting the channel waterway. There might be rift crystals under there. I don't really know. All right, so Hammerdawn, do they engage? Is it not? No, I'm gonna just let him do his thing. He's kind of he's an animal, and he's gonna follow his instincts. So I'm just gonna let that kind of happen that way, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so now that's the end of that round. I'm just gonna slide this up so you guys can see it. Yeah, so you can see it. We're gonna advance the alert tracker to alert 3. And now we're on round 3. Round 3, the second shadow. The breach, the rift, whatever you call the extra dimensional thing, starts to pulsate once again. It's pulsating. And the rift convulses violently. And from the rift emerges a larger, faster, slender shape. It explodes and tears and lands into the harbor at full sprint. So let's let me zoom out so you guys can see the full sprint here. Is it the double breach? Just do a breach. Then he jumps out. Yeah, he's running. He's running for it. Let's see. Long-limbed and lean. Crystal growths along its forearms and spine like jagged armor. Its movements are sharp and calculating. It does not engage with Hammerdawn. It surveys the city skyline. Oh yeah, because I'm gonna have him jump out. 1, 2. Jumps out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, everybody's all hanging out together over there, huh? So it surveils the city. Surveys the city skyline. Then It bolts down towards the waterfront, bounding across container stacks and collapsed gantries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, here's that gantry that I was talking about. You guys, I don't know if you could see it on the map. Yeah, there we go. He goes around the wall of water. So bounding across the container stacks and collapsing gantries with predatory precision. Hammerdawn pauses. It does not attack the newcomer. Recognition. Two species. The same corridor. Maverick. Second Kaiju confirmed. It's a fast mover. Elixir. Larger mass. Higher agility. Crystal integration is more advanced. The Galloper pauses atop across a collapsed crane, watching. Oh, I guess I should probably talk about this thing's army card, right? Let's do that for a hot minute. So this is the Riftstamp Galloper. Kaiju Frog Lizard. Life 14. Move 6. 1 range, and it's a 6/6. It has disengage. Never attacked when leaving an engagement. It's got stampede. Move through spaces occupied by destructible terrain. Remove that terrain. It does not stop moving. And then he's got trample. So if he attacks and a figure would be destroyed, any remaining damage that would be applied to adjacent figure. So that's what I came up with. Trampling through the city. So the Galloper stops and pauses on top of a crane, watching. Maverick. They're not coordinating. Elixir. No. A moment passes. This isn't an invasion force. Maverick. Then what is it? Elixir. Migration route? The tear then pulses again, even brighter this time. All right, so let's see. Let's do some action of the round and see how this goes. And I don't know what that is. I'll play this one, Kaiju Groupie. Alright, let me fix the camera because it's all over the place again. Alright, so here we are. Up, and zoom in. Perfect. Alright. Let's do some damage. Now where's the main title music? Alright, it's back to Gypsy. We're gonna draw our next spell card. Spell card we're getting now is Alloy Armor. This is a enchantment, hidden enchantment. Flip it over when it's attacked. Each shield symbol rolled for that artifact this turn counts as +1 block. Alloy Armor. Alright, so I'm gonna actually enchant Gypsy with that Alloy Armor. Hidden enchant. Yeah. Alright. Maverick. Now see, I forgot Maverick is a drift prodigy. See, he's a drift prodigy. So we get +1 attack and +1 to its move. So there's a lot. There's definitely a lot there once you have all the 2 pilot abilities and all that. So all right, so this what we're gonna do is we're gonna pivot or step back out of the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. That looks pretty good. I like that a lot. Alright. So we moved. And we're just gonna do an attack. I'm not gonna use my cards yet. I think let's just do a basic attack. So we've got Gypsy Danger. All systems online. Oh, I'm picking up the hidden enchantment. So Gypsy Danger. We've got base 6 attack. And if this mech moved at least 2 spaces before attacking, add +1 power to that attack. And I did stop my move hitting that wall again. I kind of backed out of it and then went back into it. So yeah, am I playing the water? No, you can jump out of water. You just can't. Yeah. So that's gonna be 6 + 1, and then Maverick, because he's a drift prodigy, he's gonna give it another +1, and then we're gonna do unstable polarity. Once per turn, when a mech elixir is piloting attacks, you may choose to add 2 power. If you do that, mech receives 1 damage after the attack resolves. So that's base 6. Base 6. I might have overdone it on this guy. Base 6 plus another 1 for Maverick, and then another 2 for Elixir's ability. Yeah, because Elixir, Joshua, his ability is unstable polarity. Once per turn, when a mech elixir is piloting attacks, choose to add 2. If you do, it damages it. So let's do that. Big old dice dump. Alright, so we got 2 shields and a blank, and then the rest were all hits. So 9 out of 9 dice, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Got 6 hits out of that. And then Hammerdawn. Ooh, it's too bad I didn't put Unstoppable on him. Hammerdawn only has 4 defense dice. So we got 2 shield. No, 3 shield. Just trying to get it so it's underneath the camera. 3 shield. So he's only gonna take 3 damage. 3 out of that 6 damage. That was a good attack by Gypsy. Now it's time for Kaiju Retaliation. So that's half of Hammerdawn. He has 5 damage on him. So that's the end of Gypsy's turn. So now it's back to the Kaiju. And we're gonna get one called Defensive Reflexes. An enchant creature. Enchanted hero gets +3. Oh, enchant hero creature. Enchanted hero gets +3 defense. Defensive reflexes. So I'm gonna put that on Hammerdawn. because it's an enchant hero creature. Defensive reflexes. Enchanted hero gets +3 defense. Yeah. So we're gonna put that on Hammerdawn. So now we go from 4. He's gonna be a 5/7, and then we'll put the unstoppable on him. Flip it over when enchanted hero is attacked by a figure an opponent controls. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to enchanted hero this turn. Destroy unstoppable. And let's see here. So we're Hammerdawn right now. Haven't moved or nothing. Let's see. I'm gonna have Hammerdawn, I guess. So Hammerdawn's gonna just try to move. 1, 2, and then it's gonna ram into. So what does that say? It says ram impact. Oh no, if it moves 3 or more spaces. But we only move 2. Alright, and then we're just gonna do. So it has Territorial Instinct. If Hammerdawn is adjacent to only one enemy figure, when it attacks, it gets +1 attack. So it's gonna be 6. 6 attack. So I rolled the attack. So it's 3 shields, which is too bad because it's half of your attack is shields. So now you got 3 hits. But then Gypsy Danger. Gypsy's got alloy armor. And when this artifact is attacked, each shield symbol you roll for the attack counts as +1 block. Alright, so we'll see how that goes. So Gypsy just rolled. So we got 3 hits. And then Gypsy rolls 6 defense dice. And then those shields are gonna count as 1 extra block. Yeah, hit, block. I don't know if that's the right term or whatever, but. So Gypsy got 2 shields, so those are +2 shields, so that's 4. 4 against the 3. Everything else was nulls and hits. So that's 4 against the 3, and that took care of that. That does. Oh. It's a now. I guess this is another question for some of the AOTP guys in the Discord. Do all hidden enchantments get destroyed after they flip? Or like this one, it just says like you put it on, and then it always counts as +1 block. It doesn't say destroy alloy armor. It just stays on. It just stays on there. So. Oh, that's powerful if that's the case. Should I destroy it or not? Oh, let me use the dice roll. 10 plus, I don't destroy it. Less than 10, I do. It says 10 plus, and guess what it was? 10. So I guess I'm gonna keep it. I'll have to look back. So note to self, that needs that needed some TLC. And then the other one was Flying Knee Strike has until end of turn. written there in there twice. All right, so that's the end of Hammerdawn's attack. Now it's going to be Riftstamp Galloper. Yeah, I kind of don't like this go for the throat, because it's like, sorcery, choose a hero you control. When attacking an adjacent, roll 2 combat dice. So is that instead of attacking, or is that in addition to attacking? Yeah, I gotta rethink that one. I don't know what it... Well, yeah, what I was necessarily thinking when I designed or made that one up. Alright, Riftstamp Galloper. I'm just gonna have him jump in, attack, and then jump right back out. Because he has disengage. So he's got disengage. He's never. So I'm gonna have a move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's gonna attack Gypsy. Oh no, we're getting surrounded. So that's gonna be. Here's the double event. Oh, there's only 2 hits. 2. Everything else was shields and a blank. So it's only 2. Gypsy rolls for defense. He got 3 shields, but it's really, I guess, 6. Yeah, that's way too strong. Well, we also don't want Gypsy to die. That would be bad. Because I have a 9-act story arc planned. I would really like to play it, because I put all this work into the game. I'm just gonna wet my whistle with some Sprite. And I would hate for Gypsy to die, and then the rest of the game is cancelled. So yeah, but I think I give him way too much plot armor. Way too much plot armor. Alright, so that was the Riftstamp Galloper trying to attack Gypsy. And now I'm going to increase the alert tracker from round 3 to round 4. Here we go. Put that back over by the rift. Alright, so now it's round 4. Oh, see, I knew that was going to happen. Need my power cord. The power. I need the power. Alright. The first crystal formation is discovered. So, I'm going to use my GM license. I'm going to move the Galloper. The Galloper races along the harbor edge. It abruptly halts near a damaged cargo depot. The creature then claws into a fractured section of steel infrastructure inside the metal. And maybe I'll just put it there. Yeah. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. The creature claws at the claws at everything. A deep purple crystal formation glows faintly. The same structures that were discovered in the scrapyard during Act 1. Breach crystals. Galloper begins tearing the structure apart, exposing the mineral lattice embedded within the steel. And Hammerdawn bellows again over by Gypsy. And then over here, the rift responds. No. Elixir. Stunned. Maverick. That's the same crystal growth you saw in the junkyard that you described. Maverick. You're telling me that the Kaiju came here from some scrap metal? Elixir. No. They came for the crystal inside of it. Alright, everybody. On to round number 4. Let's continue through the game. So round 4. Gypsy. Alright, what are we gonna do? Gonna draw another spell card for Gypsy Danger. Oh, we got Pit Fighter Pilot. If you can't tell or see, on the side of his visual screen, he's got like the number of Kaiju that he killed and his like systems and his reactor level. But yeah, he's even got a thing on his chest that says Pit Fighter. He's like a Pit 01, kind of rugged dude. Pit Fighter Pilot. Pilot. You may play Pit Fighter Pilot only if a creature. Sorry, my the little clamp for my light keeps falling off the table. Alright. You may play this only if a creature was damaged this turn. Move an artifact you control up to 4 spaces. It gains +2 toughness until your next turn. Oh, you know what? I forgot Gypsy had -1 defense. I gotta remember to do that stuff. Yeah. What I'll probably do is just like put dice on the guy just to remember. It's like, oh yeah, no, he got attack, +1 attack, +1 defense. But I know that there's like AOTP pieces of cardboard, but there's no minus stuff. All right. Hammerdawn. All right. This is hard for me because like I know I'm playing by myself. I know what hidden enchantments are on the Kaiju. So it's like, oh, what would you rather play the spell card or would you not? Let's try it. I'm gonna go for that card that says until end of turn twice. We're gonna do the flying knee strike. Because we're adjacent to Hammerdawn. He's already like at the height of our knees. So maybe like you jump up in the air. It's like a giant body slam, but with your knee. So flying knee strike. Target an artifact creature you control. Gypsy. Until end of turn. That creature gets +2 attack when attacking an adjacent creature. Until end of turn. Until end of turn. Until the end. Alright, so 6 base 6 +1 for Maverick, and then +2 for flying knee strike. That's 9 dice. Whoa, that wasn't that great of an attack. So we got, out of the 9, we got 4 4 shields. 4 shields. 2 blanks. And then the rest. Oh no. 3 blanks. And then we've got 2 hits. So it's 2 hits. Hammerdawn's hidden enchantment triggers. And he's unstoppable. When this hero is attacked by a figure, prevent all damage that would be dealt to enchanted hero. But it would have only been 2. Oh, and then this specifically does say, destroy unstoppable. Brah. Stop the unstoppable. Alright, we tried the flying knee strike until end of turn. That's the end of Gypsy's turn. Now it's the Kaiju turn. Kaiju gets taunt. Brah. Choose a Kaiju control within 4 clear sight spaces. Of what? It's not specified. Of your Planeswalker? With it of each other? Until the end of its next activation. Oh geez, Mikey, wow. Did you even read these before you printed them out? All mechs that can attack must target that Kaiju. So I'm going to put that on Hammerdawn. And that's going to leave Riftstamp Galloper free to do whatever he wants. I'm going to try that weird ass go for the throat. Sorcery. Choose a hero creature you control. When attacking an adjacent artifact, roll 2 combat dice. Figure takes 1 damage for each hit rolled. If at least 1 hit is rolled, that figure cannot move next turn. Well, we can't move anyway because we gotta attack the Hammerdawn. No, that actually might be a mistake. I'm just gonna attack with Hammerdawn. So, Territorial Instinct. Okay, so Hammerdawn has an effect on him. Put like a little marker on him. Put a little chaos symbol on him, just to remind myself. Alright, so it's gonna be 6. Only got 1 hit. Everything else was a shield or a blank. It was 1. And then Gypsy's got 6. Yeah, but then these count as 2. Alright, so now it's Galloper's turn. I'm gonna have Galloper jump over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's so funny. Actually, I don't think Gypsy would actually be able to stomp on that one. If I look, there's that little section of dock right there. So he'd actually be kind of like, he'd be kind of like this actually, which is kind of a no-no. You can't just have your figure just what is it, grinding with his skateboard. But it's fine. I put it that way. So he's gonna come in for an attack for 6. He's got Stampede. Oh wait. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 versus 6. Oh my gosh, this is some giant to fight monsters. We built monsters. But yeah, another 1 weak ass attacks this game. I thought I was mixing up the dice. And then he got 1, but it's really 2 because of that enchantment. Yeah, substance. And then, but then if I read it, what is it? He's got Iron Resolve. Reduce that damage by 1. Yeah, I might want to tweak. I want to tweak some things, but then I tweak it too much, and then they die left and right. All right, so that is the end of Riftstamp Galloper's turn. His 4 attempt to attack. Just gonna have some more of my Sprite because I'm getting thirsty again. Let's see here. Just checking the stream. We've been streaming for an hour. Hope you guys are liking it. What would you do differently? Would you use your elbow rockets? Would you already use the vortex engine? Would you have jumped out of your mech and just tried to beat the monster silly? Let me know if you think that was a good pairing. Now it's interesting. I was trying to think of different ideas when developing this game. So Maverick, he's a red and black. Joshua, he's a blue and white. So these guys don't share mana color alignment. So they're actually technically not really drift compatible. Yeah, that's the way I was trying to develop this, is that when you have better color alignment with your mana, you are more drift compatible. But they're able to use Gypsy because he's red and blue, so Maverick is red and Joshua is blue. So that was part of the idea with that, or something. I don't know. I didn't write anything up or build an FAQ or anything like that, but. And then I was like, oh, maybe they should get +1 if they're drift compatible and all this other stuff. Like, man, that's a lot to keep track of. These were all thoughts that I got from the Pacific Rim Extinction miniatures game. Alright, so that is the end of round 4. On to round 5. So I'm going to pick up the alert tracker. I'm going to go from alert 4 to alert number 5. Bling! Alert 5. Now, the crystal retrieval. Using my GM license again. Bouncing out of here. 1, 2, 3. The Riftstamp Galloper attempts extraction. The Riftstamp Galloper tears the crystal shard free from the dock structure. Can I put it in its hand? That would be awesome. Can you hold that? Come on, man. That'd be great if you could hold that. He's so close. Nah. He doesn't have a thumb. Yeah. Alright, he grabs the crystal. He grabs it. It's free. I'm gonna put it on his armory card. The Riftstamp Galloper tears the large crystal shard free from the dock structure. The shard pulses with a deep purple light. The crystal immediately, the rift over here begins to brighten. It begins to resonate. Energy readings spike across the harbor. Hammerdawn shifts position and roars in resonance again. The corridor, the rift, responds to its call in the crystal. Maverick. If that thing gets the crystal back to the tear, Elixir, the rupture stabilizes. And if we stop it, says Maverick, Elixir, the tear collapses. Gypsy then turns towards the Galloper. Yeah, because we were like this. Gypsy then turns towards the Galloper. The race begins now. Alright. So that's the end, the beginning of round 5. And now we know what we need to do. So, draw a spell card for Gypsy Danger. Ooh. He turns and head towards him, and then Plasma Chainsaws. Choose an artifact creature you control. Each crossed weapon symbol for that creature this turn counts as +1 hit. Shink. Yeah, I'm gonna play that spell. We're gonna leave engagement. 1, 2, 3. We're leaving engagement, so we roll the attack dice. It is a hit, so Hammerdawn maybe as we walk by, it swings its tail around and hits us as we walk by. So Gypsy does take some minor damage. We've got those plasma swords. When I say 3, and then 4, but then it's 1 more. And now Gypsy Danger. I'm just gonna spin him around so he's standing like that. Let me fuck is this fucking thing doing? Yeah, it's really stupid. Alright, so Gypsy runs in. We're gonna do 6. We're gonna do 6 base. We're gonna have +1 for Drift Prodigy, and then we're gonna do Unstable Polarity. That way we can maximize. And then we have the Plasma Chainsaws, so everything's gonna be +1 hit. I'm taking a big old dice dump right now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. +1 for the Prodigy, and then +2 for Elixir's ability, which is called Unstable Polarity. I will take 1 point of damage, but with this combined with the Plasma Chainsaws and the opponent's inability to roll good, and I got so much plot armor and enchantments and abilities and stuff, I feel confident. Alright, wow, we rolled some dice there. So out of that, we got 4 shields. 1 blank. And then we got 4 hits. But that's really 8 hits because of those. The plasma chainsaws Each cross weapon symbol you roll for that creature this turn counts as +1 hit for 15 points. Hell yeah. Who doesn't love a twin flame? And it's a twin flame for an artifact. Specifically. There's a lot of magic cards that do that. Alright, so it's going to be 8. And then he's just got 6. He does have 14 life. Alright, so we got blank and a bunch of attacks. And out of that, we only got 1 shield. So he's going to take 7. And the Riftstamp Galloper has 14 life. So that's a big chunk. That's a half of his life we just hit him for. So, not for nothing. So let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like, I think I'll make piles of 5. That way it's just easier to... Yeah. Make piles of 5. It's much easier to see. Alright. So that was Gypsy's turn. I'd say that was a pretty good turn. Now it's gonna go to the Kaiju turn. Gonna draw a card for the Kaiju Menace. And we got Snapping Jaws. Choose a hero you control. Pick a straight line of up to 2 spaces in front of that creature. Roll 1 combat dice for each figure in that line. They take 1 damage per hit. So let's chomp. So, oh, well, not yet. I'll do... I'll do Hammerdawn first. Yeah, I'm gonna try that weird ass go for the throat. So let's try that. I definitely feel like awkward with this one. Note to self: this card is awkward. Fix, please. Choose a hero. Anybody watching, tell me how you'd fix this fucking card. Would you make it closer to the actual magic card? Choose a hero creature you control. When attacking adjacent, roll 2 combat dice. The figure takes 1 damage for each hit. If at least 1 hit is rolled, that figure cannot move on its next turn. Oh, shit. I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about the taunt. Gypsy wasn't supposed to be able to move. He had to attack Hammerdawn. You know, and then the thing was supposed to stick to the table, but it didn't, because the little pieces of stuff that's usually stuck on the inside there came off. Probably somewhere on the bottom of the table. Alright, so note to self. It's hard. I feel like I focus more on the plot than anything. You gotta stop the Galloper. Yeah, he's gonna, if he gets to the rift, we're screwed. He would have been halfway to the rift already. Oh, yeah, I done messed up. Alright, let's go for the throat. Hammerdawn comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Comes in, smashes right into Gypsy's thigh, shin. Move 3 or more spaces, ends its movement adjacent. That figure receives 1 damage. So that's 1 automatic damage. Brace for impact! So Gypsy has 4 damage on it. And then we're gonna do... What's funny, because Jaw Snap makes it so it immediately gets -1 defense until end of turn, because I did the Ram Impact, so that triggers the Jaw Snap. Territorial instinct. So before attacking, when attacking an adjacent artifact, roll 2 combat dice. So let's do that first. Take 2 dice, roll them. Oh, dude. So that's 2 hits. So the go for the throat says, and I love the picture because he's just eating the mech's face. It didn't understand when I told the AI to make some art for these cards. It didn't understand like what it meant to like go for the throat. So it just made it look like he was like eating his face. I love it. Yeah, it didn't understand certain stuff. When a hero creature, actually, before I even go, what was the other one that didn't understand? Yeah, it didn't understand the flying knee strike either. I kept telling it, no, the contact point is the knee, so not the top of the foot. I mean, a flying knee strike is the knee is supposed to be the thing hitting the kaiju, not the top of the foot. I didn't understand what I was talking about, so whatever. You know, that's the hardest part of making a lot of these custom cards is making the cards is pretty easy. Arcanus made a beautiful template with Magic Set Editor. The hardest, and then you know, just writing stuff as text is, I mean, pretty good. But coming up with the art is the freaking hardest part. I feel like I spend equal amount of time looking for the art as I do making the card. Well, this one's pretty evident about that. So choose a hero you control. When attacking an adjacent artifact, roll 2 combat dice. Figure takes 1 damage for each hit rolled. If at least 1 hit is rolled, cannot move on the next turn. So there it is. Gypsy cannot move. And it gets -1 defense from Jaw Snap. And it can't move. Alright. Damn. Alright, so that is that. So now we still get to do our attack. So that's going to be 6. So that's 3 hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was that? 3? Usually, yeah. Usually I set down, but then it's decreased by 1. Yes, thing can't be hurt. Can't be hurt, dude. He's it's too impervious. Those are the 3 blocks. 3 shield. Alright, moving on to the Riftstamp Galloper. This time I'll do the snapping jaws. Choose a hero creature you control, pick a straight line, 2 spaces in front of that creature, roll 1 combat dice for each figure in that line, take 1 damage per hit. So I'm gonna bite him. 1 damage. So that's 5 on Gypsy. So that's half of Gypsy's life. And then now Riftstamp Galloper is gonna gallop away. Yeah, because it was play a spell and then move. And that's what we're gonna do. 6. 1, 2, 3. That's dumb. He's got disengage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's getting away. Oh, I'm gonna turn him a little bit so you guys can see. So yeah, that's his move of 6. And yeah, he literally is getting away. Alright, so now that is the end of round 5. And what I do is I flip the turn tracker marker over, and now we begin round 6. Round 6 starts here now. Alright, so round 6, the second node breaks open. Additional crystal anchors are revealed, and support units are deployed. Okay, that's fine with me. So, what's going to happen here now? So, as the battle spreads across the dock, Hammerdawn, who's over by Gypsy, we're going to have maybe Hammerdawn move. 1, 2, and he smashes into something. Because like what we got a crystal from this spot, so maybe we'll have a crystal came out of this spot. Now we're gonna have a crystal come out of this spot, and he didn't leave engagement or nothing. So he breaks free another crystal. Hammerdawn smashes through a cargo crane, and that is what these are. It's hard to tell. All I did was kind of build up the Heroscape terrain a little bit on it, but they are cranes. So I didn't know, the higher I build up the terrain, the blurrier it gets, because you're actually getting closer to the projector, so it actually affects the projection. It's such a funny thing. I started building up this really tall thing, like making it almost as half the height of the Hammerdawn. Well, I guess it just about is, it being you know, 3 levels high or whatever. Because this base thing is level 1, then you got level 2, and then level 3. Hammerdawn smashes through the cargo crane while attempting to reposition. A tail sweep obliterates stacked containers. A shoulder ram collapses a fuel depot tower. And now fire spreads across the docks, casting orange light over steel and water. Now, the Aegeus support units are deployed, attempting civilian evacuation under falling debris. I feel like the Aegeus support units... Let's do this. I feel like... Well, one, I feel like I didn't grab the fire things like I wanted. Can I grab them right now? No. Where the heck are they? Yeah, it's underneath and behind everything. Okay. Let me fix the camera because you guys aren't staring at nothing. Okay. So maybe Maverick says we can't move. We're damaged. We've got that ability that's affecting us because he rammed us, or what was it? The snapping jaws? No. Go for the throat. Go for the throat. One hit, they cannot move. Maybe he calls in Vic. Colonel Vic, we are requesting support units to be deployed. We cannot let that Kaiju get back to the rift with the crystals. It will stabilize the rift, and this mission and the world will be in peril. So what happens is the chopper comes in, and maybe what we'll do is put them, yeah, let's put them right in the middle. Chopper comes down, hovering over the waterway, and then out come those robot drones, the Aegeus support units, ZG 1 and 2. Units deployed. And the chopper takes off again. So the Aegis units from part 1, if you didn't hang out with me last time in the junkyard, as part of Maverick's training mission, the Aegis support units, was it the Zentian guards 1 and 2? These are Heroscape figures. I'm trying to find a purpose to play with my Heroscape guys. I don't play Heroscape. I play a highly customized version of Arena of the Planeswalker. So I want an excuse to play with these guys. So they are artifact squad creatures, robot drones. They got 3 life, 5 move, 5 range, and they're 2/2s. Bodyguard protocol. When an adjacent corporate drone, it doesn't even say corporate drone. Huh. They had 5 names before I could really get the right name. Or a mech would receive damage. You may instead place 1 of that damage on this Aegis support unit. When attacking, so Aegis targeting. When attacking, if your second support unit attacks the same figure as the first guy, he gets +1 attack. Alright, so units deployed. So they're deployed. Other military forces are helping evacuate the people. The roads are probably being, I mean, they probably should have been barricaded to stop people from just driving up the expressway up by the water. I mean, this almost reminds me of like Manhattan or something like that. Alright. Hammerdawn recoils, then dives forward again. It strikes carved space. Within the shattered steel, another glowing crystal node appears exposed. 2 anchor points now resonate within the tear. The harbor trembles under the increasing dimensional pressure. So I say two node points? Well, what does that mean? It means I need a glass bead or something, right? Alright, let's grab this. Let's grab this. This kind of looks like a crystal or something. Yeah, let's use this. That'll be awesome. Alright, so we got 2, so I probably should have had the first one when it was like bellowing and everything. So 2 node points on either side of the tear now appear. This looks too much like that, but that's the tracker marker thing. Alright. So the harbor trembles under the increasing dimensional pressure. Fences are falling. People are dying. Fires, explosion. Elixir. There's another one. Maverick. How many of these things are buried in this harbor? Elixir. I don't know. He then studies the readings quickly. But the pattern isn't random. That's the beginning of round 6. Let's fucking go. Halfway there, my friends. Halfway there. You think they're going to be able to save the day? They're going to be able to stop them? So this round, Gypsy Danger cannot move. Cannot move. So Very little, very little options for Gypsy right now. So Gypsy can't move. So there's no going after Galloper. It's really up to the Aegis units, which is too bad because he's got such toughness and so much life. Gypsy is going to do the nuclear vortex turbine. We're analog, baby. Target a figure within 5 clear sight spaces. Roll 4 combat dice. Creatures don't roll defense dice against this attack. Now, this doesn't matter because this is a spell. Target a figure within 5 clear sight spaces of an artifact. Creatures don't roll defense dice against this attack. And yeah, I know he's engaged and has to attack with him, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe he pivots. I don't know. No, he wouldn't even have to pivot. More like that. And it's the little thing. It's the little thing in his chest cavity. The nuclear vortex turbine. The thing right there in his chest. Yeah. We're gonna shoot it at him. 4 combat dice. Oh no! No, the spell failed. And this was gonna be like epic loss. Defending creatures don't roll defense dice against this attack. The attack fails. Systems badly damaged. The turbine didn't get up to speed to make an attack. Gypsy then pivots and begins to use its elbow rocket. Nope, can't do an elbow rocket. Let's do a plasma caster. And we're listening to this music again, huh? I'm definitely not playing this song because it's... Let's play this one. Alright. Plasma caster activated. Range 4, attack 2. Cross weapon symbol +1 hit. Plasma caster. So that's the 4 that I was trying to do. And I'm gonna do it to Hammerdawn. And then Hammerdawn rolls for his defense. Ooh, shit, he's got a lot of defense now. 2, 3, 4, plus 3 more. And that was the 2 that he needed to block it, so he blocked it. He blocked it. Now it's the NPC turn. Oh no, it's not. I almost forgot about these guys. The Aegis support units. I know they just kind of appeared, but they're... I mean, it's not like I summon them with my Planeswalker, I summon them with my GM license. I'm gonna give these bad boys a turn. Alright, Bodyguard Protocol. Ooh, I love when I leave things open-ended. I'm gonna do twin chain swords. Enchant artifact. When this artifact creature attacks, it may attack 1 additional time. And it doesn't say adjacent or nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna give the Aegis supports some support. So they got double attack now. So yeah, let's see. It's kind of an uphill battle with the roll because it's like 2 against 6. But we got double attack, so he turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe he just moves up 1 to make a formation. And the first one attacks. We're gonna attack for 2. So that's 2 hits. Galloper rolls 2 blocks. He goes to attack again. 1. Galloper blocks. 1. The next support unit, he goes to attack. 1. Three shields. That was a shield. Two. And he gets +1 for that ability that they have. The G is targeting. Second guy attacking the same guy gets +1. So that'll be 2. 3. Yeah, they can't really stop him. They can try, but they can't. Uh-oh, this is gonna be bad. Alright, who's next? Alright, so that's the end of their turn. So now Gypsy loses all the debuffs that it had or whatever. So now the Kaiju, we get gravity beam. Uh-oh. Kind of looks like this the JS support. Choose a hero creature you control. All artifacts within 2 clear sight spaces of that Kaiju are push 1 space directly away. Alright, I'm gonna be Hammerdawn. And yeah, I'm gonna do that gravity beam. And I'm gonna push push Gypsy Danger back 1 space. Gypsy Danger doesn't say anything about leaving engagement attacks, so like taking no LEAs, but I just rolled a shield for him so he doesn't take one. It was worth a try. Now Hammerdawn. Does it say that? I'm gonna have, let's see, I'm gonna have the Hammerdawn try to grab that crystal. If he rolls an attack, he grabs the crystal. Yeah. Hammerdawn grabs the crystal. Now he's got a crystal, and then I'm gonna have him turn around and start moving back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not. Why isn't he going through the water? That's more fun this way. Oh, he doesn't want to get a hit by these guys. Yeah. Now he's like, this thing will be blocking the line of sight. Not really. I mean, it probably should. But I mean, that doesn't. Well, he's still 1, 2, 3. He's still more than 5 away. Yeah. He stays to the left. Always 1 away. Alright, and now it's the Riftstamp Galloper's turn. Galloper's got disengage, so he doesn't even bother with those guys. 1, 2. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so he can actually run by that guy. So as he runs by, he'll also attack one. I'm gonna attack for 6. Oh, and he has trample. Well, he could probably take both of these out. So that's 2 hits. 2 hits. He didn't roll anything, so he's destroyed. Ah! Alright. And now it's the end of the round. It'll be... Now what I do is I increase the alert tracker to alert 7. Alert 7. So now we're on round 7. It's the harbor collapse. Structural failure across the docks. Combat between Gypsy Danger and the Kaiju devastates the harbor district. Container stacks collapse like dominoes. Fuel lines rupture. Fire spreads across the dock. Steel and oil slick water. Civilian evacuation vessels scramble between burning piers. The support units attempt to stabilize the chaos, but one of them falls by the Galloper. As it strides away from the battle zone and back towards the rift zone. Yeah, let me zoom out so you guys get a better view of what's going on. He's so close to the rift zone. The harbor is becoming unrecognizable. Maverick, breathing hard. This place, it isn't going to survive another 5 minutes. Elixir, then we stop them before it has to. Alright, you guys. This shit is getting intense. Alright. Let's see. Maybe some Gypsy Danger music will make me feel better. Yeah. Oh, let me think about what I'm gonna be doing. Some Gypsy's so far away. Rockets and everything else. Alright, Gypsy draws their next spell card. It's actually pretty sweet. That's actually might be helpful. We've got Fire, Plasma Cannon. Ah, stupid fucking thing. I'm one of the Kaiju. Ah. It's just my light. It's my light. It's the light that I use so you guys can see the card. You ever see like those rave lights where they're just like a finger light? It's like a ring with a little light on it. I almost need one of those just so I could be like, this is the card. Fire, Plasma Cannon. It's a sorcery. Choose one. Deal 4 damage to a creature up to 4 spaces away, or deal 2 damage to a creature up to 6 spaces away. Does that make sense? Yeah. If you're closer, you do more damage. If you're further away, you do less damage. But yeah, you can hit something up to 6 spaces away. Alright, so Gypsy has to try to engage. The problem is Gypsy only has a move of 4, and then it's +1 for 5. So what's closer? 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta step over these cars. Cars are gonna get nailed. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's still 1 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know which way to go. The Galloper is gonna get away. Alright. I'm going to do... If we get both Rift Crystals and into the void, we're screwed. We are so screwed if that happens. Alright, so... I'm going to try to stop Hammerdawn. Oh, but he's got so much defense now. Well, but it's his damage, so it won't take... It's like almost unblockable. Yeah, let's give it a try. 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! I forgot. I'm a double space figure. So I stop here. And then I can just spin myself around. And now I'm in engagement with this guy. Alright, then that helps big time. That helps big time. Alright, where's the Alright. So we're going after the little guy. If we can't stop the Galloper, we can maybe stop the little guy. So let's try to do it. So what should I do? It's the plasma caster? No. We've just got to do everything. So I'm going to do elbow rocket. If this mech moved at least 2 spaces before attacking, add +1 power for the attack. Yeah, we're going to try to take a big old dice dump. Alright, so I'm gonna just do my the basic like a elbow racket. I'm doing elbow racket, which is like a normal attack, even though they don't have that in AOTP. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base attack dice, +1 for Maverick and his pilot prodigy. We are then going to add +1 more power for the elbow rocket. And then I'm going to do unstable reactor polarity. Unstable polarity. So I get +2 attack, but then it gives me a damage. Oh no. Oh no. So out of that, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out of 10 dice, I only got 3 hits. No, 10 dice, I got 3 hits. So then the Kaiju has a base 4 defense, and then it gets +3 for that enchantment, defensive reflexes. And it got 4 blocks, 4 shield. So he blocked all of it. All of it and then some. Alright. And then Hammerdawn. Hammerdawn has 10 health. So I'm gonna fire the plasma cannon, and I'll do 4 damage. 4 damage to a creature up to 4 clear sight spaces away. Yeah, and I'll hit him for 4. And that really only leaves him with 1 health left. Maybe I can get him. Oh, if I get him with the leaving engagement attack, he'll just die. So that's good. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So he's got 9 damage. Now it's the Aegeus support. I'm going to give them the chain sword. I know I'm kind of freaking out about this. Choose an artifact creature you control. Adjacent attacks get +2 attack until end of turn. So, and it has double strike, so that'll be 4 twice. And it's 4 against 6, so I'm gonna have him move 1, 2, yeah, actually, yeah, doesn't really matter. Well, I said it doesn't, but it does. Yeah, because he was right here, 1 away. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's basically behind him. He's holding the line. If you want to get to the rift, you've got to get through me. So it's gonna be 4 twice. I kind of like having 2 squads. Nope. He got 1 hit. And then this guy's gonna roll 6 defense dice. There's that 1 block that he got to block it all. And now we do it again for 4. I got 2 hits and 2 blanks. And we got 1 shield, so he only takes 1 damage. But he's got 14 life. So that's 8 damage. So he's only halfway. And that's the end of the player character's turn. Now it's back to the Kaijus. Ah! Dorsal Plates. It's the spell card I got for the Kaijus. Enchant hero creature. Dorsal Plates reduce the first damage dealt to this hero creature each turn by 1. Oh, it's so unneeded. So unneeded. So now I'm gonna drink some Sprite, and I'm gonna think about what I'm doing here. Maverick and Elixir, they both look at, you know, do they look at each other? Are they sitting there? It's not like in Pacific Rim. They're not even really sitting next to each other. However, their brains are connected via synaptic link to the machine. You know, they still communicate via comms and everything. Like, this isn't looking good. How can we get across the battlefield fast enough? They're trying to literally put their brains together. You know, because 2 heads are better than 1. And they're both coming up short here. Alright, let's get ready to finish this. So now it's Hammerdawn's turn. Hammerdawn, let's see if it happens. He's gonna try to keep running. He's just running on instinct. He goes to break engagement with Gypsy Danger. Does he kill himself by doing so? He does! He kills himself! We roll 1 for LEA. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage on him. I hate these little jellies. They're so hard to. So Hammerdawn had 9 damage. He just took 1 damage. That's his 10 life, and he gets destroyed. And then where the Kaiju falls, one of the faint glowing rift crystals can be found. The crystal rifts. What is it? There? It was right there. Alright. So that's when they put their heads together, that's what they came up with. just do nothing and it'll take care of itself. Riftstamp Galloper, though, he's going to do something else. Hold on, let me move this over. All right, so maybe when he, no, but the crystal's still there. The crystal's exposed. That would still be open. All right, so the Riftstamp Galloper, he's got to move a 6, and he's got disengage. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Whoosh. All right, the crystal network activates. Both crystals begin to pulsate simultaneously. The same energy pattern that Maverick encountered at the scrapyard now resonates across the entire harbor. The tear brightens dramatically. Crystal filaments of refracted light spread across the sky above the rupture. The corridor is forming. Maverick. The resonance frequency exactly matches the values from the event at the scrapyard. Elixir. So the junkyard wasn't the source after all, like you previously thought. Maverick. No. A grim realization settles. It was a warning. So now the vortex dimension widens and dimensional pressure increases. Water drains inward towards the rupture like a collapsing whirlpool. Duh. Galloper moves towards the vortex carrying this crystal shard. The corridor is now stabilized. Oh, if both creatures reach the tear, the corridor is stabilized. Alright, so if it gets through, it has gotten through. What's going to happen? Elixir. The corridor will stabilize. Maverick. And then Elixir. A pause. More will come through. That's not good. So there it is. So he got through. Well, what should really happen? So he brings the crystal over, and he dumps it there. And maybe it's only partially stabilized. I said that both crystals have to get in there. So then, yeah, we actually have a couple more turns. So I guess the Galloper has to go gallop and get the crystal, and then bring it back. Let me just double check. Let me go back up to the top of the page here. It's only 15 pages long. Alright, so destroy and stop the Riftstamp Galloper from escaping back through the tear. Victory. If Gypsy Danger is destroyed, it's game over. It didn't... I didn't really write anything or say anything about if I didn't say anything about him getting out. So yeah, no, he has to go get the other. He's got to get the other crystal. So yeah, that's where we are. We're at. So that's the end of that round. So now I advance the alert tracker to round 8. And the energy pattern. So let's see, Gypsy Danger. What's Gypsy Danger? Gypsy Danger's in danger. I'm gonna draw a spell card for Gypsy. And we've got a Power Surge. Power Surge. At the end of the turn, you may move and attack again with a creature you control. There it is. I'm going to play the Power Surge on Gypsy Danger. And it's go time. So, should I, or it's going to be a battle is what it's going to be. So here it is. So maybe I'll hold off on that Power Surge. Gypsy Danger is going to move 1, pick up the crystal. He's adjacent to it. So now we control the crystal. And then we're going to move 1. Just pivot? That's just pivoting in place. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess about a move then. I'm just gonna stop right there on the water wall. Right there. It's kind of funny because he's always skating. I don't want to be walking. He's walking away. Got to get it as far away from here as I can. Now it's the Aegis support units. He's gonna shoot in. Oh, but he has to be adjacent to. So he'll be adjacent to the rift. I'll just set him here so you guys can see him. He's adjacent to the Galloper, and he's gonna attack. So it was an attack of 4. 4 against 6. And it's gonna be twice. Oh look, he's actually rolling stuff. 3. Oh dude, we're actually doing it now. The world just had to end. So now it's 2 damage on the Galloper. Oh, and that's 10. That's 10 life. If he rolls successful, the drone could stop the Galloper, and it will be successful. If the Galloper doesn't get any blocks, because he's got 10 damage on him, he's 14 life. This could do it. 2 there. And then, so that thing I just said isn't gonna happen. It's definitely not gonna happen now. You got 4 blocks. Alright, I am getting tired of this battle. So that's the Aegis support. Now it's the Kaiju turn. The Riftstamp Galloper. Got a wind up punch. Whoosh. Wind up punch in the teeth. Choose a hero creature you control. Pick a straight line of up to 2 clear sight spaces directly in front of that Kaiju. Each artifact on that space rolls 1 combat dice. Each hit deals 1 damage and pushes the mech 1 space directly away from the hero creature. And we're going to punch you. Alright, so I'm going to do it right now. Wind up punch. 1. So now the mech. Oh, these mechs have 3 life? That other one shouldn't have died then. Whoops. So he get punched. I thought they only had 2 life. Oh, maybe the Heroscape units have 2 life. So he gets punched, and then now this thing's gonna be jumping out of the rift, and it's heading straight for Gypsy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's coming for you, bro. Now it's back to the player characters. Gonna advance the alert tracker. We're going to bling alert 9. Alert 9er. So now the corridor tear begins to stabilize, and the Galloper moves closer to Gypsy Danger. Gypsy moves away carrying the crystal shard. Both shards need to reach the vortex in order for a complete and total loss. So Gypsy goes to pick up his spell card, and we've got heightened pilot reflexes. As you can see the mech pilot in the cockpit fighting against a Godzilla type figure. Until end of turn, an artifact creature you control gets +3 move and may attack the same figure more than once per turn. Heightened pilot reflexes. I'm gonna do this. I'm also gonna drop my light again. I'm gonna do that. And we're also gonna do Power Surge. Power Surge is at the end of a turn, you may move and attack again with a figure you control. It's Power Surge time. Yeah, we're finished. We are canceling the apocalypse. There's a song on the track for this. Yeah, let's cancel that apocalypse. So. Alright, we're gonna move 1, 2. Yeah, we're just gonna move right in front of them. This is the song that's the cancel the apocalypse? I thought it would be more epic than that. Alright, we are canceling the apocalypse. Hopefully it gets more epic. Actually, let me just... I thought that was a very different song. Alright, we're moving in. Gypsy Danger, online. We're gonna do the heightened pilot reflexes. We put our brains together. We said, let's do this. So Gypsy Danger has 6 damage. We're gonna get another point of damage, use the unstable polarity, and start to do the Power Surge. So this is gonna be 6 base attack, +1 for Rocket Elbow, +1 power. We're gonna add +1 for Maverick's Drift Prodigy, and then we're going to add another combat dice, another 2 combat dice for that unstable polarity. Let me just count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 for unstable, 1 for the Prodigy, and then 1 for the Rocket Elbow. Attack the same figure more than once per turn. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's +1 power for that attack. You may choose to add +2 attack. Yeah, so I'm going to do it twice. I'm actually going to do it a couple more times, but... Alright, so 3. Alright, let's do it. We're going to take a big old dice dump. Wow. Out of all those dice, I only got 3 hits. 3 hits there. But we're getting close. Out of those 3 hits, 2 of them went through. That means that Riftstamp Galloper only has 2 life remaining. And now I'm gonna remove 1 because now I can't do Elbow Rocket, but I'm using the heightened pilot reflexes. Move. And they attack the same figure more than once. Attack again. We got 3 hits. Everything else was nulls and shields. And here it is, the moment of truth. Do we do it? No, we do not. He got exactly the 3 shields he needed to survive the attack. However, at the end of the turn with Gypsy Danger, that power surge activates. And with the music, move and attack again with a creature you control. 1 more time. Give it everything you got. Heat 'em up. No, a weak attack. If this was a strong... This was stronger at a block. 2, but this is the 2 that we need to destroy this kaiju. So that would have been 2. Did we get it, everybody? Ooh! We got, that was a hit. We got 1 block. So 1 damage spills over. He's at 1 life remaining. Now it moves to the Aegis support unit. He runs up 1, 2, 3, 4, doing what they are supposed to do, which is support. Yeah, I was just trying to move him so you guys can see him. There you go. No, you can't. So he's adjacent, and he's got 4. So it's going to be 4 against 6. But then he has the double attack. So we might be able to make a breakthrough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can 1 damage get through? Ah, yes, yes, yes. 3 attacks. We've got 3 attacks here. And here we go, we roll. Ah, he got the 3 shields he needed to survive. That was also that. So it's 3 shields. One more attack. This is the last attack. Oh, we got 3 hits. 3 hits. And now the block. We did it! It was 1 hits and then a shield. So it takes 2 damage. The 2 from the Aegis support Heroscape Zenian Guard kills the Riftstomper. Riftstomper falls. And I was like, oh, the crystal falls. No, he didn't have a crystal. Crystal is already back at the rift. The crystal is already back at the rift, stabilizing the rift. But the kaiju threat has fallen. All right. The final push. Maverick. The smoke drifts across a shattered dockyard. Gypsy Danger stands motionless, knee-deep in water, as residual energy fades from the air. Inside the cockpit, the drift slowly quiets. Maverick. That wasn't war. Elixir. No. Pause. It was relocation. The ocean surface settles again. Waves lapping against broken piers and burning cranes. The emergency lights flash across the harbor. Let's see, I want to play this one. Emergency lights flashing across the harbor while evacuation crafts begin returning to the ruins of the dockyard. Elixir doesn't look relieved. He's staring at the data. Maverick. Josh, talk to me. Elixir, uneasy. The lattice pattern. It didn't collapse randomly. Maverick, what do you mean? Another long pause. It folded. Maverick turns towards the closed tear. But we stopped it. Elixir shakes his head slowly. No, we didn't. All we did was delay it. Far from the harbor. Far from the harbor. A lone figure stands atop a rooftop. That's way too far away. Can you see him here now? Yeah. A lone figure stands across the rooftop, overlooking a distant city skyline. The night air shimmers briefly. A faint ripple of blue energy passes through reality, like a quiet echo. The man's eyes open. Jace Belleran feels the disturbance instantly. Not sound, not light. A thought traveling. Travels through the surface of the structure of the world itself. He turns towards the distant ocean. Fragments of alien geometry flicker across his mind. Crystalline corridors, migrating shapes, and lattice spreading across the planet. Jace exhales slowly, quietly, speaking to himself. Someone opened a door. A pause. Then more troubling realization. His eyes then narrow. And something on the other side is building a road. The wind shifts across the rooftop as the last echoes of the tear fade into the night. And Jace watches the horizon, thinking somewhere far beyond the ocean, the breach is still growing. All right, and that's it for today, my friends. thank you so very much for joining me for my custom Arena of the Planeswalker battle here using a projector, Heroscape terrain, and of course custom army cards, mechanics, and much more. Stay tuned for Act 3. There's gonna be more. I've got a 9-act story arc for this entire thing. So if you like what you see, leave a comment in the section below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more. This is going to be an ongoing series. There will be more Planeswalkers, there will be more mechs, and there definitely will be more monsters and Kaiju. This is Mike, Shinobi Mystic, or Maverick,